Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Geoff Haveman. As you know, I'm running for the State House of Representatives in the 90th District. I grew up on a small dairy farm in the district. After that, I went to Grand Valley State University and the University of Michigan Law School. I am married. My wonderful wife, Joanna. I have 3 wonderful children as well. And I'm running as the conservative in this election and to be the voice of the people of this district.
Why do you think you should be the people's representative?
Well, because I understand the people of this district. I've been out in the district talking to them. I understand their conservative values, and I can bring their voice and advocate their ideas and beliefs in a winsome way in Lansing.
What do you bring to the table that other candidates don't?
My adherence for the rule of law, my belief that the Constitution is a compact between the people, and my conservatism. I am the conservative in this race. I'm not going to Lansing to advocate for special interests. I'm going to bring the voice of these people and the rule of law, and the rule of the Michigan Constitution, the United States Constitution to Lansing.
How are you qualified to be a Michigan representative?
Well, I do have a law degree from the University of Michigan, so I have the ability to understand the Constitution and the Constitution of Michigan. But more so than that, I actually believe that the Constitution should govern the decisions that are made in Lansing, and my conservative principles and beliefs will allow me to advocate for limited government, for freedom in Lansing, and bring the voice and the beliefs of the people of this district, because they are conservative here, to Lansing.
Tell me about your proudest achievement.
Well, I'm very proud of my family. I'm proud of my wife and my children, proud of the law office that I have in Zeeland.
What is your solution to fixing the roads?
We need to prioritize the funds that are in the state budget. There's $54 billion in the state budget, and you want state government to take care of the roads, to fund a court system, a criminal justice system, to fund schools. So we need to prioritize that money. The state budget has grown over the last years by more than enough money to be able to fix the roads. We also should end funding what they call crony capitalism, or things like the Michigan Economic Development Corporation that picks winners and losers and takes tax money, and bureaucrats give it to certain business interests. So the state should end doing those things and focus on the things that should be the real priority of the states. And roads are one of those things that should be the priority. But within the $54 billion that are in the state budget, we have to find the money to be able to fix the roads.
What is your perspective on Detroit?
I think we need to give Detroit back to the Detroiters. We need to get government out of the way, let the people of Detroit be free, let them have their own city and their own land back, things like homesteading and other ideas like that. I understand with the recent Detroit bankruptcy settlement that under certain circumstances you may want to settle a lawsuit so that the state does not get put on the hook for money. But I would not support any use of taxpayer money to Detroit without first a reform of the pension system so that it was a defined contribution, not a defined payout. And I also would not support any use of taxpayer money for a bankruptcy settlement in Detroit when Detroit is sitting on assets that are far more than sufficient to pay its debts.
Your slogan is the people's voice. How are you implementing that so far in your campaign?
By going out and talking to the people of the 90th District. I also plan to be very accessible. People may call me, they can email me, they can interact with me on social media. I'm available to them in any way for them to express their opinions and beliefs. I've stated what I believe, that I believe the Constitution is important, that the rule of law is important, and that making wise and long-term decisions that take into account the long-term consequences are important. But I always welcome interaction from the people. And if we disagree, we can talk about that. And if you have good reasons why I'm wrong and should change my mind and convince me, I will agree with you.
Will you vote as a representative of the people in your district?
I will bring the voice of I believe that the people of this district are conservative and that they agree with the principles I've set forth for how I will vote on my website and also in this interview. So I'm going to vote in the way that's allowed by the United States Constitution. So there will be a principled voting stance, and I'm not going to waver from that. But if the I think that represents what the people of this district want, what the conservatives who will support me want, is a principled decision maker who will respect the rule of law, respect the United States Constitution, respect the Constitution of the state of Michigan, and then make wise decisions that take into account the long-term effects of those decisions and the effect on all of society. And if that's the type of leader you want, if that's the type of decision maker you want in Lansing, then I would ask for your vote.
What criteria will you use to decide how you will vote as your district's representative?
First question I would ask is this bill or idea allowed by the United States Constitution? More specifically to our situation in Michigan, is it allowed by the Constitution of the state of Michigan? If it is, then you ask the further question, is this something that's wise to do? Does it raise taxes, fines, fees, licensures, or regulations on people that impact their ability in free association with others to benefit themselves and all of society? And if it does, then I won't vote for it. But if the bill is authorized by the Constitution, it is wise, it does take into account the long-term consequences of the bill, then I would consider voting for it if it's a good idea. So first constitutional, then wisdom.
All right. Thank you.